Hey guys, I get a lot of questions regarding the brachial plexus, which is this little triangle between your neck, collarbone, trap, shoulder. It's a little Bermuda triangle of your body on both sides. And you only really know about it once you are diagnosed with TOS and you've got a sharp pain and compression and you know all about that. So it's a very tricky area. It's a complex area as well, and it's very difficult to fix. Even if you have surgery, some of you have had, you notice that there might be some scar tissue buildup, or it just something doesn't feel right still. And that's because the scalene muscles are very sensitive, and sometimes trying to stretch that scalene aggravates your first rib, or it aggravates something and you flare up. So you have to work around that. I had the exact same thing with trying to stretch it, and my arm would really like flare up and I'd feel tightness in my chest and everywhere. So you really have to find that balance. So what you have to do is not really concentrate on this area, concentrate around the area instead. So if you're trying to lengthen your scalenes, for instance, try a little stretch where your sternocleidomastoid meets with your collarbone. Place one hand there and you'll feel that tight muscle all the way up going across, but you'll really feel it pulling when you look up. Hold that down, not too tight, and put one hand on your trap and slightly stretch diagonally away. Tilt your chin up a little and just feel how your trap pulls and this muscle pulls. Just do that gently. You don't have to go too far, just gently. That's the first step. You just want to slowly lengthen the scalene muscle over time. It's very delicate because the scalene is involved with your respiration, as we all breathe with our chests and not with our diaphragm like we should. That muscle gets strained and breathing actually aggravates your TOS. So you want to stretch that muscle, lengthen that muscle, and you also want to use diaphragmic breathing just to keep the pressure off that muscle. So that's step one. Another thing is the trigger point therapy, but most of us can't find the scalene, or you don't want to massage it. I know myself, I used to get too paranoid of pushing on my neck and didn't want to cut off my artery or cut off any blood supply. So what I'd do, I'd find the base of my skull, the back, the little bony bit where the muscle attaches, and that's quite tight. And I'll just massage that, push it, stretch my neck, work around it. Just spend some time on that muscle and just feeling where it's tight. And working on my trap, working on my upper chest, pec minor, front shoulder, your biceps and triceps. Feel those tight little tender areas and just press them. On your shoulder and your chest, take a ball, press, stretch backwards, stretch where you can, feel where that tightness is, and just small circular motion, just break those little tight bundles down. Because your body's learned to contract, and so everything's like tightening, shortening, your breathing's affected, and there's not one thing that can help ease the compression or whatever. You need to combine everything. So you need the right nutrition to help your body. You need to work these muscles down, as over time they've bundled up and shortened and they're not in their natural state. So you want to lengthen them, stretch them. You have to stretch. You have to do massage, trigger point therapy, which is basically just massage in certain areas that are tight. There's nothing tricky. I know trigger point sounds like this fancy thing. It's basically just massage where when you're stressed out, all your tension goes to your shoulders and traps, and that's like a tension point. And these are just trigger points for tension. For TOS, it's varying. Your upper chest, your ribs, down your lats, everywhere basically, your shoulder blade, your rhomboid muscles. So you basically just got to feel in your own body, feel where those tight areas are, and day after day just work them down, because you're going to work them down, they're going to contract again, but over time It's going to stay in that relaxed state, and you're going to feel better and better and better. It's just a process, and you need patience. That's the key. So try these things. It's a slow road, but just stay positive and stay on top of it. If you don't do anything about it, you're never going to come right. So just try little changes. Don't jump into something and it feels like it's too much and you give up and you go back to square one. Like when I started feeling better and went back to gym, started lifting weights and doing shoulder press and going crazy, and the next day I had my rib compressing and everything was tight and it was back to square one. So take it easy. It's a slow road, but you can do it. If you watch one of my first videos, which wasn't that long ago, I think it was about 2 or 3 months ago, from then to now, I think you can see there's a huge improvement from being depressed and trying to be positive in that video to actually helping a lot of people around the world and meeting a lot of amazing people around the world that are going through the same thing, because I think we all feel isolated with this as no one can see it. You feel like you're alone and why do you have this, or whatever the case is. There's plenty of people around the world and a lot of communities, support groups, and we can all just help each other, and you're not alone. We might be around the world somewhere, but we all suffer with the same thing, and raising awareness, I think with the baseball players it helps because that's massive exposure. So just hang in there, try little changes, and you're going to see a big difference over time. Might not be as quick as you want it, but when you look back you'll say, sheesh, I've come a long way. I hope this helps you. I'll upload some more videos soon.